Hello, this is Mike, NoStressMike.com. I had a comment, and they were asking about the flags for communications, and they realized it's an open imagination, and so that's why I thought, well, maybe I need to make a little more to help spur that imagination, get it going good. And what it is now, remember, I'm big on three-man militias. I am big on taking care of myself, taking care of my family, take care of my friends, and take care of my local community. These are things not only I have a moral responsibility, reality is that's the only thing I can take care of. I can't go to Washington, I can't go to Oregon or any of these other places and be effective. But what I can do is take care of my own. And that's why I push the three-man militia. And that is why the three-man militia has all these really cool skills. And they've got the abilities, and they've got the tools. They can make stuff happen because it's all done local. Now, I know you all, when you think of militia, you think of all these guys running, oh, they're playing military. And really, it really is. A very good militia is just like a military. Now, the problem is, I've been in the military, and I know it's not that easy. So if I can make the guy next to me on both sides do the right thing, I know that is something that is possible and I can do. But if I get involved with 100 or 200 guys running around with guns, they better be damn good organized if I'm going to be involved with them. And to tell you the truth, they have to work it just like a military, and it's going to be very, very difficult. Now they can work along with the military. Now that's something a militia can do. But what I'm talking about is a three-man militia. Now, when you play militia and you're in uniform and you're doing all this kind of stuff, what you're doing is you're intimidating. You are showing you are a force. That's what you're doing. Three-man militia isn't anything like that. It's kind of like me walking down the street. When I'm walking down the street, I'm just some old man walking down the street, and 3 or 4 or 5, 6 people are going to come up to me and try to mug me. Hey, no problem, we'll have fun. Okay, now, if I went walking down the street in some kind of real cool uniform with weapons and all this kind of stuff, you think those 6 guys are going to mess with me? Nah, they're going to get their friends, and they're all going to be well armed, and they're going to kill me. That's the difference between a three-man militia and a regular militia, like you see, and they try to make fun of on news reports and stuff like that. So, in other words, we are going to be well organized because there's only us 3, and then those 3 over there, and those 3 over there, you know, and then you start, and we know we can depend on those 3. As a three-man militia, we are not trying to show force. What we're trying to do is protect our family, friends, and local community. It's not that big of a thing, and we can be well organized to do that. And if we show we're real forceful, then the threats are going to prepare even more. I mentioned on another video, if you want to succeed in anything, you need to prepare properly. That includes preparing, making plans, and having the ability to follow through on those plans. And the other thing is you don't underestimate. We will be underestimated. When people hear about three-man militia, they already think, oh, there's only 3, it's no good. They've already underestimated us. You're going to see 3 of us, but there's the rest of them that makes us 3 such a force to be reckoned with. See, so Now, so when you think of it like that, that's why I mentioned on some other videos, I have a hard time figuring out what kind of a uniform we're going to have. And that's because I don't like the idea of a uniform. You got to remember, my experience has shown me an occupying force, they profile, they look for things, and when they find these things, that leads them to believe certain things. So in other words, if we had a uniform and they come to your house and they look in your house, and they will be doing that also, and they find this uniform, they know you are part of this militia. In the three-man militia, we're not going to have that kind of stuff. Like I say, what I was talking about is maybe a poncho or a vest or something that would show us that we are who we are. And I talked about having like a merit badge or something like that to show the other three-man militias what skills you have. And like I say, you have it on your vest, you can take it off your vest and throw it in the weeds somewhere, and it can belong to anybody. So, I mean, it's no big deal. Okay, and it's the same thing. And what I was talking about on the comment, they were talking about flags. And really, every house should have the flag about a foot by foot, about like the size of a bandana, and a red one. And that's something you can hang outside by your mailbox or something like that, in case you have an ambulance coming, or you're looking for help. You called for help and you stick to, and it'll be easier for them to find a place when they see this red flag. Okay, it'll be the same thing. You can put it on a green flag, and you stick that when you've been called out, especially as a militia. You've been called out, you stick the green flag, and then they know, well, oh, John, you see the green flag in front of his house? Hell, he's gone already. So, you know what I mean? Like that. And so the flags can mean different things depending on how you want to do it in your area. But the thing that really gets me that I've been thinking hard on, and that is using the bandana for us as a militia. Because you could have, like I say, well, we're country folk, and it's just a plain old blue bandana. They're all different colors of them. And our militia in our area, and I say we've got a few hundred in our area, we could all be using the same colored bandana, and it's no big deal. We all have the bandanas, and it's a normal blue bandana, nothing fancy. So you have that, and you can tie that around your arm. You can tie it around your leg. If that tells the other militia members, who you're with or what you're doing or something. I don't know. This is things you can figure out on your own. You can put a knot in that bandana and put it around your neck, or like I say, put it around your arm or whatever you want to, and that tells something. That says something. You can have that knot on the bandana and have it sitting on the back window of your car. Now we know who you belong to. You see, but like I say, it's nothing that the occupiers could use to profile that easily. I mean, yes, once they figure out, well, it's blue bandanas, and every place they go, they see blue bandanas. I don't know what that means, but when they start seeing knots, or they see them wrapped around somebody's arm, and this type of stuff, that's going to start telling people exactly who you are. And like I say, we will be underestimated. And like I say, as a three-man militia, because we're taking care of our local community, we're not looking for full combat against anybody. That's not what we do. So, and people are thinking, well, what are you going to do against a whole big army moving in? I'm going to go back to feeding the cattle and working on the fence and stuff like that. Hell, I'm not going to fight them. What do I want to fight them? What I mean? It's no bad. I got work to do. I got things I got to do. Now, you city folk, you're going to have problems because I don't know what you're going to do with work. once everything gets ugly. Now for us in the country, we have things to do. And I told you about our community. Our community is going to swell from 400 to maybe 2,000. There's still work for everybody to do. And it's the same thing. We're not looking for a fight from nobody. And then like I say, the occupiers are going to come in, they can stay, and then nothing's going to happen. Hell with them. I don't care. We still got fences to mend, chickens to feed, and clean the chickens, and gardening and stuff. We still have things to do. So it's no big deal. So, and then once the occupiers figure out, well, there's nothing we can do, you know, so then they can just move on. And then we can take control of our area again. We will provide our own security, provide everything for ourselves unless the occupiers want to. If the occupiers want to do it, hell, they can do it. Let them use their resources. We can save our resources. Because like I say, we're going to have guns, ammunition, food. We'll have everything saved and stockpiled somewhere. And they're not going to get it all. They're not going to get it all. So, so like I say, the bandana in the way of communications is a big thing. I mean, when the occupiers are coming in, I put on my blue bandana and start feeding the cattle. Now, anybody else that's away, they can use binoculars and they say, well, look, he's got the blue bandana on the way he's got it. There must be somebody there. And then when they see one of my friends walk out and he's got a blue bandana wrapped around, yeah, they got problems. So, you know. So this is the way we can communicate without even saying anything. Flags. This is Mike. NoStressMike.com.